bright moonbeams, it's time to go to sleep. Close your eyes, snuggle down, and listen up as I tell you this sweet moonlight tale. Once upon a time, in a lush green forest, there lived a little bee named Buzz. Buzz was a very hard-working bee who loved nothing more than collecting nectar and making honey. One day, as Buzz was flying around the forest looking for flowers, she stumbled upon a beautiful patch of flowers that had the most delicious nectar she had ever tasted. She collected as much nectar as she could and flew back to her hive to turn it into honey. As she was working, she thought to herself, "I wish I could share this delicious honey with my friends and family." So, she came up with a plan. She decided to collect as much honey as she could and carry it in a small pail back to her hive. The next day, Buzz set out on her mission. She flew back to the same patch of flowers and collected as much nectar as she could. Then, she worked tirelessly to turn it into honey. As the sun began to set, Buzz finally finished making the honey. She poured it into a small pail and started to fly back to her hive. The pail was heavy, and Buzz's wings were tired, but she knew it was worth it to share her delicious honey with her friends and family. As she flew back to the hive, she encountered many obstacles. The wind was strong, and the trees were dense, but she persevered. She was determined to bring the honey back safely. Finally, she arrived back at the hive. Her family and friends were overjoyed to see her and the pail of honey. They all gathered around as Buzz poured the honey into the honeycomb. They all enjoyed the sweet honey together, and Buzz felt so happy to have been able to share her hard work with her loved ones. And so, from that day on, Buzz continued to work hard and share her honey with her family and friends. And every time she carried a pail of honey back to the hive, she felt a sense of pride and joy knowing that her hard work had paid off. The end.
Here's another Moonlight Tale to help you drift off to dreamland. Close your eyes and listen. Once upon a time, in a lush garden filled with flowers and trees, lived a little snail named Sebastian. Sebastian was a happy little snail who loved to spend his days exploring the garden, leaving a shiny trail of slime wherever he went. One day, as the sun began to set and the sky turned orange and pink, Sebastian realized it was time for him to go to bed. He slowly made his way to his cozy little home, a small hollow in a leafy plant, and curled up inside. As he closed his eyes, he heard the sound of rustling leaves and felt a gentle breeze. He knew it was the wind carrying him sweet dreams for the night. But just as he was about to drift off to sleep, he heard a soft voice calling out to him.
"Sebastian."
The voice whispered,
"Wake up, wake up."
Sebastian opened his eyes and looked around, but he couldn't see anyone.
"Who's there?"
He asked.
"It's me, the moon,"
said the voice.
"I've come to keep you company tonight."
Sebastian was surprised but delighted. He had never met the moon before.
"Oh, hello.
He said, feeling a little shy.
I'm Sebastian the Snail."
"I know,"
said the moon with a smile.
"I've been watching you explore the garden all day. You are very adventurous for a snail."
Sebastian blushed at the compliment.
"Thank you.
He said,
I like to see new things and meet new friends."
"Well, you've certainly made a new friend tonight.
said the moon.
Now, let's get you back to sleep."
The moon shone a soft, silvery light into Sebastian's little home, making it warm and cozy. Sebastian closed his eyes and felt himself drifting off to sleep, feeling happy and content. From that night on, Sebastian looked forward to the moon's visits. They would talk about all sorts of things, from the flowers in the garden to the stars in the sky. And whenever Sebastian went to bed, he knew he was never truly alone, As his friend, the moon was always watching over him. And so, Sebastian the Snail lived happily ever after, exploring the garden by day and chatting with the moon by night. Now get some rest, little ones. Good night.